Hello my dear students, I hope all of you are in good shape and are maintaining the necessary COVID protocols because we are in a tough situation again and we need to maintain the things properly if we want to beat this thing one day, right? So don't worry, just be optimistic and anyway, so today we will be discussing some national programs uh, for community development, that is from the chapter communication and extension. We were discussing this chapter now. So according to the ISC syllabus, you will find that in the ISC syllabus you will find that this particular point has been given only from this chapter, this some national programs for community development, and the programs are Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and ICDS. But in the syllabus portion of your own book, there is another point, water safety. So I have provided some points in the previous study material from regarding this particular topic, water safety. So if you want to go through, if you want to have a general idea, you can check the previous study material. I think that was uploaded on the last day, probably Friday. Check the timetable. I think Friday was the last day, and on that day only I uploaded the study material. Okay, you can check that, you can go through, you can modify the answer because that is not a ready-made answer. I have provided some points that would be helpful in building the answer, in framing the answer. So use those points, use your own thoughts. If you are having any kind of any other points from any other source, you can use them only, but only correct points you need to include. Don't write anything incorrect. Okay, so today we will be discussing some national programs for community development, that is in your in the syllabus portion of your book, as well as in the ISC syllabus. So the first one is Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Okay, it's it is a national level campaign by the government of India covering 4,041 statutory towns to clean the streets, roads and infrastructure of the country. We all have a general idea, basic knowledge about this program. So here I have mentioned from which date it was Narendra Modi himself wielded the broom on 2nd October 2014 and at Rajghat, New Delhi. And the campaign is, this particular campaign is India's biggest ever cleanliness drive, and 3 million government employees and schools and colleges college students of India participated in this event. So you can understand how much what a huge plan they were having right at that moment, and till now we need to keep our motherland clean. Obviously that is a common thing, but people do not do that. That's why such campaigns are needed. But actually this is a general thing, we need to do this naturally, but nowadays we need to be taught about these things. Even after that people don't follow. This is the sad part. Anyway, just go through these portions. The introduction portion, you can make it short in your own way. And this particular mission, it consists of two submissions. Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, which will be, rural, you can use rural, which will be implemented in rural areas, and Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, which will be implemented in urban areas. Obviously the names themselves suggest that very well. The aim of Swachh Bharat Mission is to achieve a clean and open defecation free India by 2nd October 2019. Okay, so the scopes of Swachh Bharat Mission, even after several decades after independence, India has failed to achieve the requisite cleanliness levels. We used to see open garbage dumps, overflowing drains and open defecation taking place at numerous places. So to solve this problem, Government of India rolled its flagship scheme Swachh Bharat Mission on 2nd October 2014. You just go through these things. What Pranab Mukherjee had to say, this has been also mentioned. If you like to mention this, you can. If you need to make it short, and if you like these lines I don't want to mention, you can go for that also. Okay, so first point, tourism. India is a land of cultural heritage and rich history. Tourism generates around 6.6% of India's GDP. This apostrophe sign, I don't know how it got changed. Anyway, I hope you understand. India's GDP and 39.5 million Indians are directly employed in this sector. The biggest limitation for India to promote tourism is cleanliness. Foreign tourists are very particular about hygiene and cleanliness. Swachh Bharat mission will help in generating employment through tourism and boost India's GDP. So this can be a thing that we can gain through making our motherland clean. Okay, next, foreign direct investment. As per current economic conditions, India urgently need foreign direct investment. In between direct and investment, there should be a space. Okay. India inspired from Singapore, which undertook similar cleanliness drive from 1977 to 1987. It helped Singapore to attract FDI. I hope Swachh Bharat mission will do the same wonder for India. Health, very important thing. Poor hygiene and cleanliness are the two major causes of illness. Swachh Bharat mission will have positive impact on India's healthcare sector. According to recent study by WHO, due to lack of hygienic conditions and lack of cleanliness, there is a loss of rupees 6,500 every year to each Indian. Can you imagine? And then the loss that is caused by the members of a whole family, that also has been mentioned. So by making our India clean, by keeping our India clean, we can avoid these things. Okay. Next, clean technology. Gradually focus on cleanliness and hygiene will shift focus towards use of clean technology, that is non-pollution in nature. It will involve use of biodegradable fuel and products. Any shift towards clean technology will have positive ripple effect on entire economy. New technology bring new set of employment opportunities, like in case of information technology. Focus on new technology will lead to new skill development for innovation, thus help in generating new employment. So basically employments will be there, and that is really very much needed in this particular situation. Now go through the point, and I think you need to make it short if you want to complete answering the whole question paper. Okay, then individual productivity. Healthy body results in healthy mind, which is directly proportional to productivity of an individual. Without keeping your body and mind healthy, how can you be productive? How can you work properly? How can your brain work properly? Okay, so hygiene is directly and indirectly related to this productivity of every individual. That's it. That is the main thing mentioned in this point. Now features. See, I have separated these features and scopes, but when you will go through, it happens that some features you can find that okay, this feature I can relate to this particular scope, so you can join those points. Okay, in this way you frame your answer. Don't just copy it. Okay, don't copy it. You can frame other points also. When you will go through the whole study material, all the features and scopes differently, sometimes it happens that you can relate to other points from two different sections and you can make a new point. Okay, do that. So the features, it can bring about an improvement in the general quality of life in the rural areas. Accelerate sanitation coverage in rural areas to achieve the vision of Swachh Bharat by 2019, with all Gram Panchayats in the country attaining Nirmal status. Motivate communities and Panchayati Raj institutions promoting sustainable sanitation facilities through awareness creation and health education. Encourage cost-effective and appropriate technologies for ecologically safe and sustainable sanitation. develop community managed environmental sanitation and sanitation systems focusing on solid and liquid waste management for overall cleanliness in the rural areas. So these are the things that this particular mission, through this particular mission we want to achieve. So you can mention these points in the scope section also. Okay. Okay, the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban comes under the preview of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Wait a second. So these were the features of Gramin Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, means rural one, and now we will read about the urban one. I am mentioning the points only here in this video. You go through the explanation of those points. If you face any problem, you do let me know in the live class. There is no problem. First one, individual household toilets. Second one, community toilets. Third one, public toilets. Fourth one, municipal solid waste management. Fifth one, information and education communication. The short form is IEC, and public awareness, obviously. And the last and the sixth one, capacity building. So these are the things that you need to go through. The explanations have been given, not explanations, some explanations have been given. You go through them, I think you will be able to understand, but no problem. If you face any kind of query, you can ask me. And again, I am mentioning these can be, some of these points can be written in a different way and can be included in the scope section. So remember, keep this in mind, and in this way you frame your answer. Now, the Integrated Child Development Scheme, ICDS. It was launched on 2nd October 1975. This scheme is one of the flagship programs of the Government of India and represents one of the world's largest and unique programs for early childhood care and development. It is the foremost symbol of country's commitment to its children and nursing mothers. As a response to the challenge of providing preschool non-formal education on one hand and breaking the vicious cycle of malnutrition, morbidity, reduced learning capacity and mortality on the other. So the beneficiaries under the scheme are children in the age group of 0 to 6 years, pregnant women and lactating mothers. They are the people, they are the persons who especially would get the benefits. Okay, the objectives of this scheme are to improve the nutritional and health status of children in the age group of 0 to 6 years, to lay the foundation for proper psychological, physical and social development of a child. The overall development is targeted. To reduce the incidence of mortality, morbidity, malnutrition and school dropout. To achieve effective coordination of policy and implementation amongst the various departments to promote child development. Sometimes what happens, so many plans are taken, so many plans are made, but nothing is implemented. So they would try to take care of the implementation portion also. Okay. To enhance the capability of the mother to look after the normal health and nutritional needs of the child through proper nutrition and health education. So the benefits have been provided. You should go through. I'm just mentioning the points. You just read the description. The first one is supplementary nutrition. Okay, I'm just explaining a little bit. What happened under the segment of ICDS, under this particular segment of ICDS, children below 6 years and pregnant and lactating mothers are identified within the community and are provided with supplementary feeding and growth monitoring services. So nobody would suffer from malnutrition. This is the target. Now how much it is implemented, that may be a question. Okay, next one, health and nutrition checkup. This particular thing includes healthcare of children under 6 years of age, antenatal care of pregnant women and postnatal care of nursing mothers. So before the delivery and after the delivery, they are trying to take care of the mother as well as the nutrition of the child in between 0 to 6 years. they also target that thing also to keep that well. Health checkups, treatment of diarrhea, deworming, weight recording, immunizations, and distribution of simple medicines. These fall under. These are included in this area. Okay, so you need to memorize these things. Now, immunizations. Children are given vaccinations against the following preventable diseases: diphtheria, polio, pertussis, measles, TB, and tetanus. Pregnant women are given vaccinations against tetanus that reduced neonatal and maternal mortality. Yes, tetanus used to be a dangerous disease. I mean, it is a dangerous disease, but so many mothers used to die because of this thing. But nowadays, they are trying to cover these diseases to give a safeguard of these from these diseases by giving the vaccines to both the mother and children. Now, non-formal education for children in preschool, the short form is PAC. This segment can be deemed to be the backbone of the ICDS scheme. So, very important point you can understand from the very first line. All the services of the scheme converge at the Anganwadi centers in villages and rural areas and urban slums. This preschool educational program, mainly for underprivileged children, is directly towards providing and ensuring a natural, joyful and stimulating environment with emphasis on necessary inputs for optimal growth and development. The early learning component of the ICDS is a significant input for providing a sound foundation for cumulative lifelong learning and development. So they are trying to, as you can see, non-formal education for children. So they are trying to create a joyful environment for all the children, and the centers are those Anganwadi centers. Everything would be everything would take place there only, and they will learn things. Nobody would be a dropout. Nobody needs to be a dropout. Health and nutrition education, under this component, ladies in the age group of 15 to 45 years are covered for providing nutrition and health education. That thing is, you need to have a proper knowledge about that health and nutrition, otherwise you would naturally avoid such things. You would naturally don't bother yourselves about these things. Okay. And if you are educated properly about these things, health, nutrition, naturally you will take care of these things. Okay, so this health education is really important. Now, referral services during the regular health checkups, any case of conditions or diseases requiring immediate medical attention is referred to the hospital or any primary health center, etc. The Anganwadi worker is also trained to detect disabilities in children so that early intervention can be done. So they are trained properly so that if any urgent case is there, they can at first give the primary treatment, basic treatment, and after that, if there is an emergency and it is very much complex kind of thing, then they send them to the hospital from that Anganwadi. Okay, that's it. If you are facing any query, you can ask me in the live class, but again I am saying that don't copy it. This is not a ready-made answer. I have provided the points that would be helpful for you, I thought. So use these points, use other points that if you can collect, or if you have read somewhere else, then frame your answer properly in an organized manner. Okay, so bye bye, we will meet in the live class.